service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC and Jib Jab Greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top on your CNC local page. And you'd better take a look at it now. The National Weather Service is telling us all to expect a serious weather event Monday, a winter storm that could bring 3 to 5 inches of snow and sleet across Monroe County, and add to that a lakeshore flood warning. The advisory is from 2 a.m. Monday through 7 a.m. Tuesday. 1 to 3 inches of wet snow are likely during the day Monday, and another 1 to 3 Monday night. This comes with strong north winds and limited visibility at times. And here's the topper, a lakeshore flood warning from 2 a.m. Monday through 2 p.m. Monday. This storm is expected to cause waves up to 14 feet high on Lake Ontario. Northeast-facing shorelines and lakefront properties may get a good pounding, particularly Braddock Bay in Greece, and water could find its way a considerable distance on shore. Gasoline prices across the Rochester area did something this past week that they haven't done for a long time. They went down. An analyst for the AAA's weekly fuel gauge report says he thinks prices may have already peaked for the season. The national average price for a gallon of unleaded regular was about $3.86 on Sunday. That was down by 4 cents over the last week. The price drop also showed up in Rochester, just not as pronounced. The Rochester average for Sunday was just over $4.08, and that's down by just a penny for the week. The U.S. Energy Information Administration predicted last week that national retail gasoline prices will peak at about $4.01 average for the month of May, then will drop to $3.95 for the summer driving months. That would still be an increase of 24 cents, 6.5% above the average price for the same period in 2011, but it sounds a lot better than predictions of $5 a gallon that some were making a couple of weeks ago. Avery Ash, who's the AAA's manager of federal relations, says we may be at or at least near peak price for the season. He has several reasons for saying so. First, crude oil prices dropped after what were called constructive talks between Iran and the United Nations Security Council. Tensions between those two had driven up world oil prices. Second, the Chinese economy is slowing down. That means less world demand for oil, and that means prices falling. There's one more big reason gas prices are holding or dropping right now. People are just plain buying less of it since the prices began topping $4 a gallon again. To quote an AP National Wire story on the issue, gasoline demand has dropped by about 6% compared with the same period last year. In a month's time, Rochester area customers of HSBC Bank USA will find themselves customers of First Niagara Bank N.A. First Niagara is taking over HSBC branches across upstate New York under an agreement announced last year. The banks plan to complete the acquisition May 18th, subject to regulatory approval. On Monday, May 21st, the HSBC customers whose branches have been transferred will find themselves First Niagara customers. Both First Niagara and HSBC say they'll work to ensure a smooth transition. Affected customers are receiving packages in the mail spelling out the coming changes, and First Niagara has a special web page set up with more information. First Niagara currently has branches in Greece, Irondequoit, and Webster. Town of Greece native Matthew Lane has won a gold medal as a member of the 18 and under USA national team. His team defeated Sweden 7-0 at the World Hockey Championships played in the Czech Republic. Lane is familiar with winning. When he was a freshman in high school, his Greece Athena Odyssey team won the state championship. Lane will play for Boston University in the fall. At School of the Arts on Sunday, the Rochester chapter of Families with Children from China sold out its Year of the Dragon fashion show, pulling together some 90 families from around the area who have children adopted from China and raising funds to provide education and mentoring to older orphans still living in China. Co-chair Marianne Kiernan of Fairport says the proceeds are going to Half the Sky's Million Rainbows Foundation.
And that is a program that benefits orphans who are still living in the orphanages of China. And the Million Rainbows program specifically is for educational funds for the older teens who are going to have either college education or vocational training, so it goes to that purpose.
And co-chair Mary Hamley of Penfield says another benefit is for the children themselves, mostly girls, who are growing up away from their birth culture.
We feel that this is real important for our kids because, they are kind of in a unique position. They're homegirls, not because they live in the same neighborhood, but because of the Chinese adoptee experience.
FCC Rochester worked with Asian designers, including Vera Wang and Jason Wu. They donated their creations and, in some cases, their artwork to the show. To the left of this window are links to more information on these and other stories. Next news as it happens on CNC with updates when necessary, particularly on that spring-winter storm. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.